Greetings, I'm Kathy Green with Christian News and Interviews. And if you see a tail show up, that's one of my two dogs. I'm going to talk today about this story in the Wall Street Journal. Two men convicted of Malcolm X murder are exonerated. Wow. Okay. So here goes. Two men were exonerated in the 1965 murder of Black civil rights leader Malcolm X after a judge vacated their convictions at the request of the Manhattan District Attorney. New York State Supreme Court Judge Ellen Bibin tossed the convictions of Muhammad Aziz and Khalil Islam during the hearing Thursday, after District Attorney Cyrus Vance Jr. said that a new investigation had unearthed evidence of the men's innocence. The probe found that the New York Police Department and Federal Bureau of Investigations had suppressed exculpatory evidence, Mr. Vance said. Exculpatory evidence. Judge Bibin apologized to the two men and their families. Quote, "I regret that this court cannot fully undo the serious miscarriages of justice in this case," she said. The courtroom broke out in applause after she said the indictments were dismissed. I'm not going to go much further into this article. It's in the Wall Street Journal. You can read it for yourself. I'm sure it's also in other papers. Let me read just this one more paragraph. Mr. Islam, who was known as Thomas 15 X Johnson at the time of the killing, was paroled in 1987 after 21 years in prison. He died at age 74 in 2009. Mr. Hagen, 80, who was paroled in 2010, continued to say Mr. Aziz and Islam were innocent and pointed to the involvement of other men in the killing. The district attorney's office said Mr. Hagen declined to cooperate with the new investigation, and so on and so forth. Okay. Here's the long and the short of it. The long and the short of it is this. Malcolm X was shot down like an animal in front of his wife and his children. The long and the short is this. If those men were not directly involved, my personal opinion is that they certainly had their fingers in it. They knew something about it. And why do I say that? I say that because in all these years, they've been sort of, I don't know, being sarcastic about it. Even now, the big smiles. You would think if someone was put in jail wrongly accused and convicted and put in jail, you would think that the person would be upset, devastated, angry, but no, they're just smiling and giggling and grinning, and obviously there's going to be some lawsuits, and they'll probably end up wealthy, and their children and grandchildren will end up wealthy, and all that's well and good. I agree that maybe they weren't the ones who pulled the trigger. I can agree with that. What I can't agree with, though, is that they're 100% innocent. They're just too lax about it, about the whole thing. If someone put me in jail for the better part of my youth, I wouldn't come out grinning. I would come out saying, where's the nearest lawyer? I'm suing. Truth of the matter is, we'll never know the whole story. This thing went real deep. It went so deep. We will never know even the half of it. And obviously, my heart goes out to his daughters who are still with us, his grandchildren, because he was a good man. Malcolm X was a good man. And he lost his life too early. So, this is not good news. It's not bad news. It's just news. What can I say? Stay tuned. I'll cover this story as we get more information.